Welcome back to Mondo Musings. I'm your presenter, Ricardo McLean, with a look back at the just concluded World Athletics Championships in Tokyo, Japan, where Jamaica produced a creditable 1 gold, 6 silver, and 3 bronze haul to finish 10th on the medal table and an even more impressive third on the placing table. So, an outstanding collective effort, no doubt, but which individual athletes boosted their standing the most over the 9 electrifying days of action in the Japanese capital, and which saw their stock fall due to slightly underwhelming returns? Let's take a closer look, starting with the undisputed Jamaican star of the championships. Oblique Seville, the two-time World Championships 100-meter fourth placer, finally came good when it mattered most, delivering the gold medal that the average Jamaican desired more desperately than any other. Leading home a black, green, and gold 1-2 with Kishane Thompson that broke a near decade-long global first-place drought, while relegating America's Noah Lyles, the bane of far too many in the nation, to third means that the Glenn Mills coach athletes' ratings may never get higher. It's sometimes easy for the fast times to obscure what has truly set Tina Clayton apart from just about every contemporary over the last half decade. It is, of course, the fact that her quickest times are almost always produced when major championship medals are on the line. The two-time World Under-20 100-meter champion maintained this magical mojo in Tokyo, revising her PB down from the magnificent 1081 she did to win her maiden Jamaican senior title to 1076 for a sterling silver on Senior World Champs debut. Sprint hurdlers Orlando Bennett and Tyler Mason combined to script the ultimate Jamaican feel-good story of the 9-day-long event. Winning silver and bronze, respectively, behind American world leader Cordell Tinch was a real turn-up for the books for the duo who entered their heats in Tokyo with the 9th and 20th fastest times in the field. It was a particularly heartwarming achievement for 29-year-old former world junior silver medalist Mason, who shrugged off the journeyman label with personal best speed. Some time back, I found myself musing about the prospect of a then 18-year-old Brian Lavelle having a final junior campaign over 200 meters comparable to the outstanding one that now four-time half-lap world champion Noah Lyles had in 2016. Fast forward 3 years, and there was Lavelle, coached by the equally rapidly rising Shaniki Osborne, going toe-to-toe with the superstar American Kenny Bednarik, Letsile Tebogo and co. for a place on the podium in Tokyo. The 21-year-old's brilliant bronze, which eventually came in a personal best time of 19.64 seconds, has raised hope of a Jamaican return to the men's 200-meter summit in the not-too-distant future. National 400-meter record holder Rasheen McDonald, whose immense talent is often overshadowed by some comical antics, finally did himself justice at a World Outdoor Championships by making the one-lap final in Tokyo. And in fact, the 33-year-old veteran came within touching distance of matching the bronze medal he'd won at last year's World Indoor Championships before Botswana's Bayapo Endori cruelly snatched it away at the death. Immediate disappointment aside, Tokyo 2025 was clearly a big win for the athlete affectionately known as Big Boy. 3 races, 2 national records, 1 historic achievement for the black, green, and gold. This, in a nutshell, was 800-meter ace Navasky Anderson's terrific week in the Japanese capital, as he became the first Jamaican man to make a World Championships final outdoors over 2 laps, while pushing the national record all the way down to a previously inconceivable 1:42.76. 24th in the world heading into women's discus throw competition in Tokyo, the reasonable expectation was that Samantha Hall would struggle to make the top 12. However, the 32-year-old veteran heroically defied the odds, etching her name in the history books as the first Jamaican female discus thrower to make a World Champs final. A strong regular season had 2024 World Indoor 60-meter bronze medalist Akeem Blake sixth on our form chart and headed to Tokyo with hopes of making his first global outdoor 100-meter final. Unfortunately, though, as was the case last year in Paris as well, the 23-year-old failed to live up to his billing, finishing well off a top 8 place in his semi. Worryingly, as was also the case at the Olympics last year, his times got progressively slower as he went, which should warrant a return to the drawing board during the off-season. Eighth in the Paris Olympics long jump final last year, Smart Money definitely suggested that dynamic combo jumps talent Akeelia Smith would continue to build with another top 12 placing in Tokyo. Sadly, it just wasn't meant to be, as the 7-meter performer could only muster a best mark of 6.34 meters to finish a disappointing 26th overall in qualifying. To the 23-year-old Clarendonian's credit, she did rebound with a commendable 8th place finish in the triple jump final that followed. There's certainly no shame in failing to make the final in the sport's most competitive event. However, the listless nature of Akira Nugent's 1263 semifinal performance in Tokyo does see her stock slip just a bit from its pre-championships level. Hopefully, the national record holder and world indoor 60-meter hurdles bronze medalist will be able to rediscover the spark that's made her a global force since her mid-teens during the upcoming off-season. Seeing the next big thing in the Jamaican discus ring potentially have to wait until the next edition in 2027 to make his first World Championships final definitely wasn't on most people's bingo card. Life, however, is nothing if not unpredictable, proving it once again as Mullings, the national and area record holder at 72.01 meters, managed a best of only 56.82 to crash out in qualifying. Despite this minor setback, though, there's no doubting that Mullings, who was an Olympic finalist in Paris last year, is still Jamaica's brightest prospect in the event. And that's it for this World Championships Review edition of Mondo Musings. Now, which Jamaican athletes do you think lived up to or exceeded their billing in Tokyo? And which, conversely, turned in performances that left a bit to be desired? You can share your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks, as always, for checking out the content. Until next time, peeps, Godspeed.